So Rachel, what you're telling me is that you're seeing more of the pest activity here on the outside then?
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, I mean, totally understand. Come summer months, the bugs really start moving. I mean, it's spring right now. You've been doing a little bit of yard work then?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Kind of what happens when you're doing your yard work is, especially when you're doing the weeding, like you have the garden mount bag that I saw, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So when you start disrupting things like that, the nesting of the bugs, what happens is they start to move and start to look for places to go. And the big places they go is into your home. But you're seeing them more on the outside right now, which is totally normal because it's cool. Once it starts heating up, you're going to start seeing them more on the inside. So the nice thing that we do is I'm going to come out and I do a 5-step service for you. I do a full yard service and then a full interior service. And so basically, what has it mostly been like? Spiders, cockroaches. What has it mainly been?
Uh, cockroaches.
Cockroaches, the big tree roaches. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally get that. Those things get nasty this time of year.
Yeah.
And so what's going to happen is the way that we counteract that is out in your lawn, we'll actually put a granulation barrier. So we like to do a process with granulation, doing a barrier system. How that benefits you is that when I come, I put a barrier along the outside of your lawn. So if you look along your lawn here, you can imagine us like kind of putting granules around the whole outside edge of your property. What that's going to do, it's going to keep the bugs from outside of your lawn from coming in. This is your home. You don't want the bugs here, you want them out. So we're going to keep them from coming into your lawn. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, and then after that, I mean, a lot of people, especially the neighbors down the road, they've been seeing a lot of the red ants. And so what happens with those, I mean, you got kids, you see all your, little tykes running around. You've seen what happens when they step in a red ant pile.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it leaves big old welts on them when they bite them.
Yeah.
So we want to get those out of your yard as well. That's a little bit hard because they can burrow into the ground. But what we do is we put a granulation on top of them. It's a micro-encapsulated granule. What that's going to do for you is it's going to seep down into that anthill, controlling the whole anthill so that they're not moving around. It's going to keep them and get rid of them. Then what we'll do, so about 10 feet out from your house here, what we're going to do is we're going to put another granulation barrier. What that's going to do is those ones that do get into your yard here, it's going to keep them from getting over to the house. They want to be inside with you where it's cool. I mean, as you told me before, you hate bugs. Yeah, and as I've seen when that wasp flew down, you almost died. Exactly. So we need to get this taken care of for you. The nice thing about that, what I was telling you with the wasps, is we'll actually come and we'll knock all of these wasps' nests down in mud daubers. We're going to clean up your eaves. So you see right here, we got that wasp nest.
Oh, yeah.
So what we'll do is we'll come and we'll sweep that out, knock that down. We'll actually put a little bit of a product on it. It's called a pheromone inhibitor. What it does is it makes it so those wasps will not be able to find that place where they put their nest before, and they won't come back. Because I'm sure you've seen it, that you'll knock them down, they'll come back later, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And so we'll go ahead and get those knocked down for you. And that's just another thing that we do on the outside. But, I mean, what are you seeing on the inside?
Just the cockroaches, maybe a few spiders.
Yeah, so nothing too crazy, just here and there seeing some of the bugs. Yeah, so I'm sure you know where do you see them the most at? In the kitchen, bathroom?
Bathroom, probably the most.
Yeah, that makes total sense. What happens is that the bathroom's a wet wall area, which means that it's got a lot of pipes in it. And so behind your wall, that's where all the liquid is. And so the condensation of the piping is where the bugs can get their drink. And so they'll actually stay back in your walls here. They'll move along the condensation, use that. And then when they're looking for, more stuff, maybe more room, maybe more food, they're actually going to come out from underneath your sink where the pipe connects into the wall. There's just a little bit of a gap there. Like ants can get through there, cockroaches, spiders, the whole ordeal.
Yeah.
So what I'll do for you is when we come, we're going to put a product back there. It's a dust. It's like, we call it Delta dust. We're going to put it around that hole and back in a little bit. What it does is the exoskeleton of the bug, it actually eats away at that. Have you ever heard of diatomaceous earth? Oh, okay, because you are organic, and so what we can do is we can move to that organic side of it, the diatomaceous earth,
Oh.
and it's very healthy for inside your home, so that you're not worrying about like your kids, your animals, and things like that.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So what else have you been seeing that you might need some help with? Might need some extra stuff done
So
from
that
us.
can get the cockroaches?
Yeah, for sure. Because the cockroaches have an exoskeleton, and so what will happen is that it will eat away the exoskeleton, keep them out of your house, flush them out.
Does that get like spiders and stuff then too?
Spiders as well.
What other bugs does that cover?
So it takes care of spiders, cockroaches, takes care of silverfish, centipedes, ants, of course, and then a bunch of other ones. It will get rid of those. Yeah, because that's what or earwigs as well. That's what mostly people have been
earwigs.
seeing. Yeah, I know, right? If you're anything like me, when you were a kid, you thought they actually curled into your ear, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I still think they do. I don't trust those little guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, like I was saying, we'll go ahead and get you set up here. How does tomorrow sound?
That will work good.
Cool. Well, we got a spot for 5 o'clock. We'll fit you in.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright. See ya.
See ya.